lovers of rock and roll, Joe C here. Are you digging all the music talk and want to see what my band, The Fallen Electric, is up to? Well, go to thefallenelectric.com for all news, show dates, and contact information. Also, be sure to listen to our album, Never Seen the World, available on all digital music stores and streaming apps.
It's time to get electrified!
Let's go and waste some time on what was recreated and what was
From Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foos Show! Hey, what's up, everyone? I am Joe C.
And I am Muslim.
And thank you all very much for listening to the Foos Show. Thank you for downloading the pod of most major podcast apps, subscribing, and telling a friend like a champ. You can always reach us at Food Bar Show. That's FTheBelowBarShow.com. And F the Below Bar Show is our handle on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, drop us a line, and we'll fill it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, Foo?
Boobity-doobity.
Yes. Speaking of, we have the Foo on tap today. And a little bit later on, say hi, Foo.
Woofity puffity. Wow. I got robbed.
Totally took it away from him.
You've been pausing too much, man. I'm kind of keeping you on your toes.
I was even ready that time.
He was poised.
Yeah.
He was poised.
I was counting down the fucking half seconds.
Now you will have it burning in your heart that you must say it on time every time.
He's getting ahead of it. He's going to get ahead of it now every time. Also on tap, everyone, we have Hope, who's going to be on the podcast during the music highlights. I very much anticipate listening to this guy's tracks with him in the room because, goddamn, does this guy make good hip-hop.
Oh, hell yeah. His songs were so on point.
Yeah.
You just get lost in them, man.
It's good tracks.
You get lost in
yeah,
them.
so everybody, stick around. Fast forward through the nerd news. I get it. It's Josh. You don't
have to stick
he's
around.
Not dispensing
and
all that kinds of important information.
Yeah.
We're just getting by it. So, yeah. Listen to the joint report though. That's interesting.
You could pass that too.
But Hope, man,
just skip to the songs.
If nothing else, stick around for his music segment, and it's going to be a goddamn treat for anybody who recognizes what good hip hop's all about. So, Josh, you want to just get right into the nerd news today, man?
Sure, man.
All right.
Remember the days when I used to have to start with that long-winded sentence for the sponsorship?
Amazon.
And listen
now.
Well, guys, I don't know if you can.
Do you shop on Amazon, Josh?
I do shop on Amazon.
Would you like to support the show?
I actually would like to support the show.
Go to FooBarShow.com.
Oh,
That's
okay.
FTheBelowBarShow.com. At the bottom of the home page, click on the Amazon banner, bookmark it on your browser, and do your regular Amazon shopping from there. It's still fucking there. I don't even know if it works anymore.
Yeah,
but I
think it does, actually. I used it the other day.
Oh, good.
So,
good.
Someone's using it. Someone's got it.
Well, keep clicking on that banner, everybody. It's
just
doing some good
website,
stuff.
guys. You guys don't even have to download the podcast. You can just listen on it there. Mm-hmm. Just go to the website.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Anyways, so recently it was announced that the recent Bumblebee movie was going to be the reboot of the Transformers franchise. Mm-hmm. So this movie did so well that they're just willing to wipe away everything Michael Bay did.
Thank you.
And
for the love of God.
They're gonna continue on from how well this Bumblebee movie did, which actually starred in the 80s, where they showed some famous characters. I think Soundwave was in the movie, as well as Starscream.
I think they showed parts of Cybertron.
And then Optimus ends up showing up at the end.
Everything we should have seen
since the beginning.
Since 2004. It's not a Chevy commercial anymore. Now it's
thank goodness.
Now it's like you're going to showcase these older vehicles.
Yeah,
but it's going to be but it's more about the actual story. In fact, the Bumblebee.
It's not a Chevy commercial.
Yeah,
that's totally what they were. All the cars. Why do you think that he ended up being a Camaro and not a Volkswagen?
Yeah, because they wanted to show off the brand new Camaro coming out from Chevy.
Michael Bay fucking had it in with GM and shit.
Oh,
and then
sucking their dick or what?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It was just a nothing but a cash grab. It was just a new way for Chevy to come out with their new models. Like
they were coming on all our titties.
Like those Sonic cars in the fucking Transformers 2 movie. That wasn't necessary, but Chevy just had the new smart car versions. But hey, they're in Transformers now, so go on and buy them.
So go get it.
Yeah, now in fact, it's more about the actual story of the Transformers, like of Cybertron. And it actually got great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
I heard it's doing great.
It was a 93 rating.
Yeah.
And it actually made $458 million worldwide. So it's coming out on DVD in March. So everyone check out March 19th. It's going to be on digital, so you can rent it on Apple TV. Amazon Prime will have it anywhere you can get digital downloads, and then it'll be available on Blu-ray and DVD April 2nd.
All right.
So
cool.
Look forward to more news in regard to this new universe, which I can't actually wait. I can't wait if they do something with Hot Rod and Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Because you remember Hot Rod was kind of like Bumblebee, like the smaller version. That was like his little partner.
Uh-huh.
So that would be pretty dope if they actually show those two together in a full movie, in like the sequel. So...
As long as they don't get any more Megatron, dude.
I mean, unless if it's the OG Megatron, like the one that just turns into a gun, that would be dope. I'd love to see.
This last one where he was like the T-Rex,
right?
Yeah, Megatron.
They got weird with it.
They did.
They
I don't know what the hell they did. I think they tried to get too creative initially, especially with how they looked. They made them look more animalistic.
Yeah.
Rather than legitly how they looked in the cartoon. So, we'll see. Foo, do you have anything you wanted to bring
I'm just
up?
saying Beast Wars remake would be so dope.
Dude, Beast Wars? Oh my god, if they did a live action one
remake?
of that. Dude, if
they did like a live action kind of Beast Wars, which it's totally doable. It's all obviously going to be computer animated.
It's possible, dude. They look what they're doing with what is it, Lion King, Jungle Book, Jungle Book movies, where they were able to do, like they can do that.
Technology's there. Like, they can totally pull this.
So they could. I mean, they're doing it right now. So if they're able to, I think if they're able to reboot this well enough, maybe we can see a Beast Wars in like the next few years. That would be so awesome. Someone needs to pitch that right now.
Superb.
Yes.
Dude, it was so great. It
was my introduction. It was my introduction into Transformers as a kid.
I introduced it to the Foo many years ago, and he watched it straight through. Yeah. How many times?
What?
The Beast Wars series.
Oh yeah, I rewatched it again, dude. It was
many times.
Did you even see it when it turned into Beast Machines?
That's where I fell off.
I continued because it was when I was younger,
right?
So I still would watch it all the way up until the end of Beast Machines. It got fucking weird.
They went back to Cybertron.
They went back to Cybertron, and then they had to become animals. But they were like weird fusion animals with Cybertronian.
Yeah, they got like stranded on the planet, right?
Well, no, they went back to Cybertron, and Cybertron ended up happening was Megatron beat them back in time, like the space time continuum was thrown off. So he went there and he redid Cybertron and pretty much changed a bunch of the X Beast machines or Beast Warriors. Like Silverbolt ended up becoming that jet guy, and then remember there was like race car guy and like the tank that ended up being Rhinoceros.
Race car guy.
Yeah, so it just got really weird. Beast machines got really weird, and it became like they didn't turn into machines. Like all of a sudden, they're like spirit machines.
That's why I fell off. It wasn't the same.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, no, Beast Wars was badass. They definitely should bring that back. And for those of you that have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, just look up Beast Wars on YouTube. You could probably find it all there. I mean, there's places you could find it. It's a dope series.
Overlook the animation because it wasn't great, but the storyline was awesome.
Yes,
so good.
Yeah, and I mean that was like that was most kids' Transformers that grew up in the 90s. Like that was my original Transformers.
Yeah, totally. Me too.
Optimus Primal.
Yeah,
it was dope. So, Foo, I know you said you had a story you wanted to bring up.
Oh, just available recently. That new Resident Evil series is now available on Netflix.
Oh,
The Umbrella Academy.
Nice.
The one that has Ellen Page and I forget some of the other actors in there. But it's basically like all the siblings.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, of them growing up, and it's an adaptation from the comic. But I hear that they, because the ending in the comic wasn't well received, so they redid the ending for the series, and they said it's fucking badass.
Oh,
and they're already like working,
Oh wow.
It's
they're
on
already
Netflix?
road mapping season 2. They said,
It's on Netflix?
yeah,
Damn it.
the whole season's available.
Those bastards.
I know, man.
I want to get rid of them, but they keep pulling me in with this content. It's just so funny. It's so good.
Yeah, I think a couple of the upcoming things as well. There's Deadly Class. It's on Sci-Fi Network.
Okay.
Doom Patrol, which is available Friday as well.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that was on DC Universe, and I'm actually gonna get to watching that. I'm a little behind, but I heard great things.
We
about
were
that.
introduced to them through Titans.
Yes, and that episode of that whole episode. It was only one episode,
There's
right?
one
The third?
episode that talks about the Doom
That's-
And it was a badass episode because you were introduced into
Damn, I wonder
Beast
how-
Boy. So in this one, I know they're supposed to introduce Cyborg to us all. Mm-hmm. It's good. They're supposed to really
His
introduce
origin
it.
story.
His origin story, pretty much like after what happened to him with his dad. So
dang.
yeah, it's gonna be good. I need to get on that.
Get on it, man.
Yes.
That movie, Deadly Class. It goes back to the Reagan years.
Oh, what the fuck?
For the 1980s coming of age series about a secret school that recruits and trains world class assassins.
Oh,
It's called Deadly Class.
Damn.
That's going to be available on Wednesdays. And then there's this Amazon series called The Boys. It's a dark, twisted drama about a band of vigilantes whose mission is to monitor corrupt, superpowered drunk folks. On power and celebrity.
Oh yeah, I heard Seth Rogen is actually producing that series.
It's Carl Urban and Elizabeth Shue are going to be the ones behind the series.
Crazy.
Dope.
Pennyworth is going to come out in June on Epix with Jack Bannon as Alfred.
Jack Bed.
Jack.
And then Ben Aldridge is Thomas Wayne. And then Watchmen is the series on HBO is coming out this fall.
Oh, that's right.
They're having a series?
Yeah, it's gonna be a
And
series.
it's coming
What
out
the
this
fuck?
fall. Yeah. This
Damn,
fall.
on HBO.
on
huh?
HBO.
It's going to get a modern day re-imaging by Damon Lindelof, who made Lost and The Leftovers. And then with Regina King and Jeremy Irons.
Oh,
And
damn.
that's a
oh,
DC
yeah.
property, right?
That is a DC property. I heard Ozymandias is going to be played by Jeremy Irons.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, man.
Serious?
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Wow.
I can't wait to see how they do this.
This movie, Invincible, is coming out next year on Amazon. Mark Grayson develops superpowers while learning his do-gooder dad is not exactly heroic because his dad's a hero.
What the
and he
hell?
finds out his dad's not really a hero.
What?
Yeah, and it's an animated series, and Mark Grayson's going to be voiced by Steven Yeun.
Oh.
And the dad's going to be J.K. Simmons.
Oh.
Dang.
And then
There's
there's
some good talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to also be the show on FX called Y. It's the adaptation of Y: The Last Man. Focuses on a world that has a cataclysmic event, leaves a lone man and his monkey to survive an all-new female landscape full of gender, class, and race challenges.
Damn.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Weird.
That's crazy.
So that's all like the next big upcoming series
Okay.
as well in the next year.
Dope.
And this Umbrella Academy, coming back to it, it's really good. It's getting top reviews, and they redid the ending, so it's different from the comic.
Okay.
And
Oh, you
it's-
got to get on that.
Yeah.
Everyone get on that on your Netflix because everyone is asking me for fucking recommendations on Instagram. So just go. Just
got
go.
it from the Foo.
All right. You just got it from the Foo. Now,
Speaking of
stop asking.
comic properties, and for anime, getting into some.
Great segue, man. Continue. Keep going. I like this.
Getting into some video games, me and this guy.
Yeah, me and this guy have been getting into finding some more interesting video games recently, and we came upon this video game Jump Force, which I kind of introduced.
Yeah,
a
you
few
were talking
episodes
about it. In fact, you brought a poster into the.
That's right. They gave it to
Filthy
us.
Martini Studios.
It's a nice
today.
little poster too, cloth with a little hanger on it for it.
All right, moving on.
Well, the game itself is pretty much an amalgam of all your favorite manga and anime stars and heroes, and putting them together. It's like Super Smash Brothers, but for your manga characters and anime. It has Goku.
It's like Super Mario Party, actually.
Yeah, where everybody's just in it.
Yeah,
all
everyone's
of the
just in it.
characters are
All
in
the
it.
just characters are in it, and then you're just fighting. And it's a new fighting style. It's like you're fucking playing. It's like you're watching a Dragon Ball fight or any one of these fights going down.
Yeah.
Like especially the graphics are pretty hyper. Like they're hyper realistic, but like the detail on them is insane. And you have Goku. You have the guy from One Piece, Luffy, the pirate. Naruto's in there. You also could play as Vegeta, Frieza, all these other
There's
characters.
a shitload of fucking anime characters.
You could play as Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
the guy from Yu-Gi-Oh, that he just has his card deck.
Yugi?
And Yugi-Moto. Like he just has his
Sick.
card deck and all the monsters just come out.
So he fights as that.
Yeah, he fights
Has
as
his
that. There's a lot of crazy shit on there too. It's fun. It's a fun game, but it does have its downfalls. Like it has these load times that fucking take forever.
It takes
dude.
like 3 to 4 minutes
just
What
to
do you mean?
load.
to
Like
load from screen to
so,
screen.
you go to the screen. You're on one
Oh.
screen. You pick your fighters. It's
Yeah.
like 3 versus 3, and it's like the Switch where you could like switch them like in Capcom, where you can have like just rotate the 3 fighters as you're fighting the dude and getting
right.
down. But right after each player picks them.
It loads again, loads the map, or it loads back to the regular screen. It takes a lot
while.
of time.
Dude, yeah, and it even gives you the little bar on the bottom. It says 58%, 96%, and then it stays at 96% for like fucking
Forever?
5 minutes.
Oh, no!
I'm just like, fucking
Yeah,
go!
sometimes it's like, dude, we've been waiting a while.
Like-
But it makes sense. The graphics are really good, like Josh here says.
Yeah, it takes a while to load those graphics.
But
I
is
mean,
that worth it? Like they could have sacrificed some.
right now.
graphics.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Right now it's annoying, but the gameplay,
Yeah,
the
the
fighting,
gameplay's great, dude.
It's great. It's great
Nice.
gameplay and fighting. It's like at first it's a little hard to get down, like to kind of just get where the buttons are. But once you get like just the basic the button function, like the fighting is awesome. Like you're just in a rush. It's like
Yeah.
it's a constant like rush feel, like adrenaline rush when you're playing this thing.
It's really good game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Nice.
Yeah, the graphics
That's good
and
to hear, man. Because we haven't had a game like that in a long time.
especially for Dragon Ball or anything that's like these manga
This
games.
is kind of a new style type of game. That's
Yeah.
why too.
Yeah, I
These guys
recommend
are all-
Different combinations.
These guys
On the
are on. They're called from the J Force,
All right.
which basically means like there's jump worlds. That all the worlds kind of combine together.
And
All
Jump
right.
Jump alludes to Shonen Jump, the weekly manga series that comes out in Japan. So that's why their entire world, they're all from the Shonen Jump weekly comics. So they're called the Jump World, the Jump Force.
Yeah.
So you pretty much, the story itself kind of needs reworking because it kind of sounds very ridiculous. Just explaining it to
The first time playing, you're like, "What the fuck?
what the fuck is
going on, dude?
yeah, a cube turns me into a hero? All right, I'll buy it. Like I get special powers now? Sure. So you mean to tell me I can learn all of these things? So like the cool part about it is you can create your own character and then you could pull from bits and pieces of these famous characters. Like you could get to have the super special Kamehameha that Goku has, but then you can have Naruto's special ability as well as the One Piece guy's special ability. So that's
It's a pretty
one
cool jumble of abilities and gameplay and fighting style.
And the fact that they let you create your own avatar to look all differently. You
Oh,
can look like
crazy.
have like some of the costumes, mix the costumes together. So that's the other thing. And the online play is pretty badass.
Yeah.
Like if you play the online matches, like that's pretty much what it comes down to is just the actual fighting, and the online capabilities are the best part. The storyline needs reworking and the load times really need to be cut back. But otherwise, it's a pretty good game. It's one of those games to just have in the background and fight with.
Sick.
So, highly recommended for you guys. Especially, just wait a little bit though. Get it at a little discounted rate. but it's worth it to have on your system because it's only like 18 gigabytes.
Okay.
Yeah, and most
very
systems,
small game.
Yeah, most systems now are a terabyte. So, but if you don't have a terabyte, I recommend go getting one because every game, like all the good games, are like 100 something gigabytes right now. It's ridiculous.
Nuts, dude.
Yeah, but there's actually another game out there that's actually very interesting, and it's free. It's called
It's
Apex.
for free.
It's Apex Legends, and Foo, you know how the Foo always plays PUBG, which is like that
Yes.
battle royale style game.
Right.
This is similar, but instead it's like
It's kind of like a mix between that and Fortnite now.
So you have that kind of animation to it, or what?
No, it's still similar to PUBG, but you're using future tech.
Oh,
yeah,
and you have a bunch of
the graphics are futuristic. It's very smooth.
You're jumping in with a jetpack. First
Yeah,
of all.
you're jumping in with a jetpack.
not a parachute.
Yeah.
The gun controls are really easy to use.
There's no damage from falling, which is weird for like some games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like you're almost superhuman. It's like if they did Halo in battle royale style.
Oh,
like
okay.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's kind of a play on some of the PUBG picking up weapons and stuff, and the Fortnite aspect. Only a tiny bit. You can't create items, but it's a little bit like it as well. So it's kind of one of those new battle royale type of games. That's kind of what first person shooters are trending to becoming now.
Yeah, those battle royale.
Yeah, because in this one,
Fortnites.
you drop down in 33 teams of 3.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so the teamwork aspect's pretty dope too, because even if you're just running with a random team, like online, you can still pretty much work with them really well. Like the communication aspects.
And unlike PUBG, if someone dies, it gives you like 2 minutes to pick up their card, and you can revive them anytime that's convenient to you.
Yeah.
So it's a little more like,
it's friendlier.
It's more
Yeah.
team friendly.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to actually build.
pretty
a team.
fun though. It's pretty annoying though when you run around and do a bunch of nothing though and you lose.
I bet you it's gonna be one of those games that becomes another league, like they have Fortnite League.
Yep.
And the League of Legends and stuff. It's just going to be one of those other games that's just going to.
So
I already see it being like huge in esports.
Yeah.
Which league should I try to get into, guys? This one or the PUBG one?
Ooh, well,
because I'm trying to join the type of clan.
You've logged in a lot of hours on the PUBG, man. So,
Yeah.
But you know what? Why don't you just join in on Apex Legends while it's from the ground up, man?
True, I could get accustomed to it.
There you go. So I think you just made yourself your own decision there, buddy.
Dude, you suck, Fize. Just
Hey
kidding.
man, new year, new you, right?
Yeah. Well, if that's it for nerd news, I think we're good to move on to some other stuff.
How about the joint report?
Are
huh?
you on weed?
Sure.
Give me some. I'll smoke you two under the table.
So today I just wanted to make it a real quick one, at least for me. I understand the Foo has something he wants to talk about as well, but in regards to what I found on Leafly.com this week, they posted something that said, in Congress, a changed House finally looks at cannabis banking. And so far what we've known about cannabis banking is that the banks won't accept cash that has been generated from weed dispensaries.
Oh, because it's still federally illegal.
Because it's a federal note,
Uh-huh.
so it's federally illegal. They're not going to accept this dirty, quote, dirty money.
Yeah.
So I saw a documentary, and I forgot what it was called, but part of it was that these dispensaries, they kind of get together and they hire a team of like ex-veterans, tough guys, and
And they
and
transport the money.
to transport the money and just keep the money moving, because they can't take these bags, these sacks of fucking cash to the bank.
Because they're bags of millions of dollars.
Millions of bucks. So
Wait, so you mean to tell me that there's millions of dollars on the road constantly right now?
Constantly,
And we're just
dude.
sitting here on our
constantly,
ass.
and
Well,
it's
yeah, because
it's just
he's
like
got-
in a big Suburban with like 4 guys in there. It's like a Brinks.
It's four.
Oh.
It's 4 guys of military training with weapons.
Oh.
and they're
They
packing.
each have a sidearm, and they each have a either shotgun or assault weapon.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, it's not really.
So
Yes.
you're creating other industries by maintaining this portion of the sale of
Yeah.
marijuana still illegal as well, because you got to figure
Well,
where are they putting all this money?
Well, then think of it like this: I don't think it would create more jobs. I think it's maybe more jobs, but not more companies that could do it because banks currently utilize existing companies like Lexus and Brinks to transport their cash. So
Be safe for transactions.
yeah, so it's going to probably bolster that opportunity if someone tries to seize it. That'd be pretty cool.
Totally, man. Well, 6 years after introducing the Secure and Fair Enforcement, or what they call SAFE, is the acronym, Banking Act, a cannabis banking reform measure, co-author Denny Heck finally saw it enjoy its first committee hearing in Congress on Wednesday after 6 years of it passing. So they're finally getting it together to talk about it. So what they said was today, after 6 years, we finally have a hearing, and it comes too late to prevent dozens of armed robberies in my home state of Washington. We can fix this. We have the power in this committee to prevent murders and armed robberies, and we must use it. Because you also got to figure the dispensaries that are just starting out, perhaps they are not aware of such organizations like these guys moving the money around, or they can't afford that kind of service for their small dispensary. People know that they just have cash lying around. They're a cash-driven business, and they have no bank to take it to.
Yeah.
So they're getting robbed, and they're losing hundreds of dollars, and it's just it's part of it's becoming a problem. Has been a problem for quite some time, and now they're actually going to try to address that.
Yeah, they should nip that in the bud.
Yeah, so I mean, though the weed is legal, it's not bankable. So that's one thing that they definitely need to iron out, and quick, because it's just going to keep going down.
Especially with the movement to legalize cannabis across the country.
Yeah, it's just not safe having that amount of money. Because I mean, right now I'm thinking, okay, how can I get my car to go up on them and then be able to steal all that without them?
You would die first.
Yeah. I know. I was running the numbers.
Yeah. And Foo, you wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, I don't know if the Foo here remembers Joe C, but I think Josh remembers. I kind of got thrown my way. I was talking about dabs with someone, and they're like, "Oh, how do you?" Because I told them I dab often, and they said, "Oh, do you use a thermal banger?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Thermal banger?
It's a yeah. The real name is a thermal.
Did you tell them fuck you?
The real name is a thermal quartz banger nail. So it's a nail. The difference in this is, if you can remember, Josh, this one has a quartz inside, so a dabbing neck inside, but it's encased also on the outside.
Oh yeah. It just looked
with the outer shell of the actual neck too.
Yeah, it just looked like as if they affixed how the glass pipe is, how it has the little loop inside.
Yeah,
it just looked bubbled out. So that's why I when I saw it, I was just like, dude, why is it all bubbly? Why is it just a line?
But that line inside separates where the oil smoke goes through. So naturally, that's where the oil goes through. And the whole meaning of this is the difference is there's nearly a 0% chance you'll wind up with dabs in the neck of your nail,
and then thus in your bong.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
But I actually wanted to bring it up because do you remember when we used it?
Yeah, it was a bitch to heat up.
It took 5 minutes to heat it up.
What?
Yeah.
Because remember, you're heating up the outside of it, and where you're actually hitting the dab
is right in
is
the
on
inside.
the inside. So there's 2 layers of glass, and you're not heating the second one directly where you got to put the dab.
Right, so it's going to take a while.
So every time we would try to do it, at first it would get all oily, and it would just turn the oil on the bottom, and it would look black.
Turn it black.
Yeah, and it turned it black.
And then we
because
realized,
it would get stuck.
okay, we need to crank the heat up more, which we did,
and then burn out. Yeah,
caught on fire. So it's now we have to find a happy middle.
And then we lost all our propane.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so then we have to go buy another propane.
That's what we stocked up
That's
when we started to stock up 3 at a time.
Yeah.
Well, they sold them in 3 packs.
Well,
That's
because
why.
they're supposed. I just wanted to mention that because these are supposed to be better nails to dab from. So.
Nah, not experience.
On our experience, no. But Foo, what do you think? Would you be willing to try a thermal nail?
I mean, if you got one, if you brought it to the show and we gave it a whirl, why the fuck not?
Is there places where we can?
What do you mean?
Can we buy some
video.
online? Oh, 94 video. That's right.
Yeah, over in La Puente, right?
That's right.
Yeah, dude. That's the place to
when
go.
you take
man.
me
They're
a dog
legit.
back, Foo.
Say what now?
When you take me a dog back.
That's right. When I take that dog back to your house, I'm taking care of a dog.
And be like, get the banger nail.
Yeah, someone was foolish enough to give this guy another dog. Yeah.
Whatever. She's cute. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for the joint report, everybody.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah. Well, we'll be right back. We'll be right back with the music highlights with Hope.
Hey, everybody, I'm Josh.
And the Foo here tagging along.
Be sure to catch us on Fubar Sports.
Listen in now on Tuesdays.
Catch us on any major podcast app or our own website, FubarShow.com. You can also find us on our Facebook group, Fubar Sports.
Join in on the conversation, sports talk, latest rumors, and sports news.
Boobity doobity.
Well, on tap today on the music highlights, we have a very special guest, Hope.
What up? What up?
What's happening, man? Thanks for coming on the show, dude.
Thank you for having me, man.
I just noticed that Wu-Tang Clan pin on your jacket,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm a little jealous.
The Wu, man.
Yeah,
You gotta
man.
respect the Wu, man.
Oh, you got it.
yeah.
Got
I
it.
love Wu-Tang, man.
Yeah, dude. I saw him with Rage, closing up for a Rage Against the Machine show.
Was that the one we went to?
No, you might have still been there, but it was Rock the Bells. I believe it might have been 2009. It was
Bro.
like about 10 years
dang.
ago.
That's dope.
Yep.
And dude,
That's
they
when I
closed
went.
out the show. Yeah, yeah,
Method Man is one of my favorite MCs, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are
he's
you
dope.
catching him on that show that's on TV?
Which
Drop
one?
the mic.
No.
He's
I have not seen that yet.
Drop the mic. They just get celebrities and then they just
Do a rap battle.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
a
Like
rap
so
battle.
last celebrities do the
dude.
rap battle, and it's like him, Method Man's like the host.
He's like
along
the
with-
host judge.
Host,
kinda guy.
yeah.
Nobody wants to battle Meth, bro.
Oh,
Like,
no.
That dude is crazy. Yeah, that's
Like, I'll
impossible.
tear you up, dude.
I think they had
Yeah,
a. I think they
destroy
had an
people.
episode of like Seth Rogen against Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
That was actually
Dude,
a
they
fun,
had one with the
hilarious
Muppets.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
Muppets were
Funny,
roasting
man.
each other in the rap battle. It was great. I
That's
recommend
crazy.
it. It was funny, dude. It was
I
fucking
gotta see
funny.
that, man.
So, Hope, man, let's talk about you. By the way, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, dude,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for
You
giving me a
I
chance.
was checking out your tracks, man. Ever since you sent them to me, they're really good, and I'm very excited to play them on the show a little bit later on in the segment here. But I wanted to learn a little bit about you, man. Like, where'd you grow up? What inspired you to create music?
Man, I grew up all over Pomona, man. You know, that city got my heart. You know what I mean? I was always moving around as a kid. You know, I went around to a lot of cities, but I was always, all the roads in every place I always moved to led back to Pomona, man. A lot of my friends lived over there. And we were just young kids, young knuckleheads, man, that got into some trouble. We learned. You know, I did a lot of stuff in the city. And now, you know, me as an older cat, I'm trying to do some good in the city, you know.
Okay.
So
Giving
yeah,
back
man.
to the community.
Yeah. That's my path of righteousness right now. You
What
know?
kind of programs are you into
Well,
right now?
I'm involved. Well, I was involved in a nonprofit
Okay.
that mentored at-risk teenagers, and I got to meet some dope people over there, man. Like that just completely opened up my mind to a lot of various new stuff, man. And I got to actually work in some of the schools with some of the youth that are, you know, they were doing a lot in the city of Pomona, man. And it was an amazing experience, man. You know, a lot of these young people got a lot of talent. They like art. They love to do poetry, breakdancing, all of that. So I was actually doing some open mics every other month, and I would recruit young talent and grown-up talent, you know, to kind of mix it up. And it was such a rewarding feeling seeing the parents of some kids that always saw them being in trouble,
Yeah.
to actually see them do something good that they love doing. And they were
positive.
like, damn, man.
Yeah.
Like, that was the reward over there. Like, I wasn't getting paid from it, but I was just the fact that I was able to make those kids have those memories and those parents, that was the reward over there, man. Like, that was amazing.
And that's cool about Pomona too. That they even have their own arts district right there downtown, where it really
do.
promotes that kind of
They
thing.
do.
What is it? Every second Saturday they
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
They have
the
a
art
walkthrough.
art show.
Yeah.
They
The
have that
art
art
walk.
show.
Yeah.
Even if you love hors d'oeuvres, dude, second Saturdays in Pomona, you know they're just handing that shit out.
Oh, dude. I gotta go check it out, man. I didn't know that.
Hors d'oeuvres and wine.
Damn.
If you're of age, but yeah, dude, it fosters a lot of good art that comes out of
Yeah.
Yeah, that
man.
city is great with art, and it's starting to have a good nightlife now. That
We
I've
do have a
realized.
scene, you know?
Yeah, there is a
Yeah.
little bit of a scene going on, and the only scene I've known from growing up, I grew up in La Puente, and then later on in West Covina, and just kind of being in that area generally. The only thing that I really knew that was there was like the Glass House, because
Yeah,
I'd go
Fox
to concerts.
Theater.
Yeah,
Fox Theater when they
Glass
renovated
House,
it.
Yeah.
all of that,
All
yeah.
that good stuff. And then when I was in high school, I discovered the art district, and then I would go for extra
Dude.
credit. I'd go because
Yeah.
I was in an art class, and then I'd go there for extra credit and just eat all the hors d'oeuvres. And just,
You gotta tell me what place they're like having that. I'll go and get that.
You
bro.
gotta just explore, man.
Hors
Sometimes you
d'oeuvres,
gotta
man.
go into a basement, like some art installations are in one of the basements of one of the buildings there, and
Yeah, I was in a art show a couple of years ago,
Yeah?
and you walk around, and then they're giving the glasses of wine for $1.
it's a donation.
Yeah,
Yeah. They have like art galleries, and they have exhibits, and they have a lot of the wine over there. And there's people that go check out the art from local artists.
And it's nice art,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
it's really,
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really cool. It's not
Dude.
like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not that bullshit art that you see. Like all those places.
That lazy art.
Yeah, that lazy ass art.
That's a triangle. Or
Right.
is it?
Or is it?
Yeah, man. I figure that the tougher the city, the brighter the talent.
Yeah,
and there's a lot
that's
of
true.
people that only have that art as an outlet.
Art and
So then-
boxers.
Yes, man. Sports, arts. Because a lot of the kids don't really go the academic route. So then, when they can't do that, what else is left for?
not
all
for
these
everybody,
people?
you know?
So then, they just go home, dwell on their poetry, dwell on their art, and they try to make it out that way. Or just send a statement through of their reality that way. So,
And that's what sucks, I think, right now about our educational system. It's a little bit one-dimensional. It's like you have to be good at this one thing,
Yes.
which is pretty much learning how to take a test.
yes.
Rather than maybe encouraging kids to go off and do a trade work or be an athlete or do what they need to do to make a living in life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
be a
because
positive influence.
you're not going to get scholars and philosophers out of every kid.
Right. Right.
Not every kid is like that.
Right, exactly.
A lot of them fall asleep during those goddamn lessons.
And that was me, man.
Yeah, so I mean,
Sleep in class, bro.
obviously
just-
they're interested
bro.
in something. So rather than let these kids not express that in high school and go get off in trouble
During high
find
school,
an
man,
outlet.
a teacher once told me when I was in high school, I was a highly intelligent underachiever.
Yeah, it's
How do you take that, bro?
sounds about right
do you
to this
I
day.
don't know. It was the best
Right.
backhanded compliment I've ever received.
You're all, thank you.
Exactly. I was like, damn, thanks. With question marks at the end. Like,
I was
Yeah.
a B- student, so I got by.
It'd be that Nick Young meme where it's just your face turned all question marks.
What?
yeah, that one. He's like, wait, what?
He's all, thanks.
Thank you. Like, yeah, man.
So how'd you get into music, man? Like, at what
Man.
point in life did you really kind of develop this passion?
So I used to hang out with these friends from Pasadena, right? And they had like 3 older brothers, and they were, like the typical old banged out dudes, like tattoos and all that. And back then, I would look up to people like that, and I was like, oh, you know what? These dudes are badass and this and that. So I would go to their house like at least twice a week, 3 times a week. And one of my friends who was my age is like, hey, man, check. He told me, like, watch this. He flipped a mattress, and there were a lot of, like, sheets of paper. And he's like, look, man, my brother writes rhymes. And he would keep his rhymes underneath his mattress. And I was like, what the hell? So then he grabbed one and started reading it. And I was like, yo, this is dope, man. So then I started writing and knowing how to write by seeing how his brother would write his stuff.
Like the structure that
Exactly.
he used? Okay.
I didn't know what structure was, bro. Like, I didn't know how to write.
you were
how
just
to-
kind of thinking this is the way to do it.
yeah. So then, man, I was always... So that summer break, bro, I was at my house trying to write. I was penning stuff. Of course, it's like it's all whack at first, it's like whatever, but
Yeah.
that kept me focused that whole summer. It kept me at home. It kept me from messing up. And I would always go back to my friend's house and try to read my raps. And they would judge it. They'll be like, you know what? It's getting better. Change this, change that. And they became addicted, bro, just to write something, to show it to them and see how they reacted to it. So then I still chase that feeling until this day, like I put out songs, wait until people tell me, hey, man, you know what? This has moved a lot of us, man. Like, this is dope. Like, keep telling our stories. So it's kind of like a healthy. You get hooked in a healthy pattern of being creative.
Yeah, that's really
writing and
cool.
yeah, man. So that's how I got into writing. Like I love the feeling of creating something, writing something, and getting to share it. And that to me, it's amazing, man.
That's I've never heard of somebody using that type of method to write, and that's fucking special, dude.
It's a hell of an origin story, bro. Hell of an origin story.
Yeah, man. So that's what kept me going into writing until this day.
Yeah.
You know, it's a positive feedback, that sense of approval that every teenager wants, you know, that sense of belonging and approval. So when they saw me writing it, they were like, you know what, Mario, you're dope, bro. Like, and they kept on calling me back to come through and do this and that. So it's like, that showed me that I was doing something good that they would recognize me for. So I was like, okay, dope. You know, like, let's keep
Gave you
doing
that
it.
sense of confidence to just keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome, man.
So I didn't have to be like super crazy or badass or beating people up to gain approval of somebody. You know, so I just had to write.
Yeah, it wasn't
write songs and write rhymes, and they were like, okay, let's call him over.
Sometimes you gotta be a straight up guy, man.
So,
sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
It's what a lot of people and a lot of youth need to understand.
Exactly.
yeah, it's not about like, oh, hey, I beat up Justin on 4th Street. Hey, yeah, so I'm good.
Yeah, man.
I'm in control now. It's like, no.
It's not like that. Yeah.
Are you paying bills, bro?
Are you paying bills, man? That's fine. You may have kicked his ass, but are you gonna make rent?
Exactly. Yeah. And they get lost in the trap, man. Everybody get lost in that trap.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, tell us about this first track that we're about to play. Someday?
Someday, yeah. That track, Someday, man, it came out of the, you know, I basically got inspired. You know, I used to work a lot of fucked up jobs, bro, like warehouses, a lot of places that I would wake up super early in the morning, clock in like around 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And that track just basically came out of me being tired of it, knowing I had talent, but people slept on it.
Yeah.
And then one of my homegirls, man, Stan Yu, she came through and she sang that hook, man. She sings amazing. She sings beautifully. So, yeah, man, someday. Right
Sweet,
there.
man. Let's check it out.
There's no space or time. In this life we live, I'm gonna get what I gotta get. I'm gonna get what I gotta get.
Hey, look, another day, another dollar to make. He works hard, but he feels that he's running in place. Waking up in the AM, wiping the sweat off his face. Another nightmare, keeping all his struggles awake. He's gifted, but honestly, no one really knows this. If they did, they'd probably gather around and move closer. Meanwhile, there's empty beer bottles and 3 roaches. All alone, just struggling to stay focused. He's a microphone abuser, a heavy hip-hop user. A time and overlooked by the labels. Only needle in his mind are the ones on turntables. Getting tired every day at his job waiting tables.
Hey, when you gonna give a man his break? Working all day and he's never getting any sleep. When can you lay, relax, I guess someday.
Can we get some claps for him?
Can we
Like, can we get some claps for him? Like, can we get some claps for him? Like, can we get some claps?
It's like rainy days get away when it's listening to music. Novocaine for the hunger pains and the mental bruises. Boom baps and thunderclaps, getting people into cardiac arrest and heart attacks when they hear him rap. Another mic check, another opportunity to rock the crowd, live his dreams for a little bit. But when the lights fade, he becomes finicky. He kicking mad flows. I wonder if people hearing it. More than just a hobby, more than just a passion. It's like the only good thing keeping him distracted from the badness, them fake fools. To everybody, he's the illest rapper in the break room.
Tell me something I really wanna know. Like, is this life gonna get me to the road? This journey's getting tiring, I just want you to know. I'm feeling low, but never gonna give up, no. Never gonna give up, no. Never gonna give up now. Never gonna give up.
Dude, that shit was legit.
That was
Thank you, man.
so soothing.
She has an amazing voice, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, she did
that
a
was
great
good
job.
shit.
Man, she's really good. She's
nice,
really good.
nice beat.
Yeah,
Who do you
man.
have produce your tracks?
One of my boys, man. He makes beats, man.
Nice.
So, I want to put him on too, hopefully just get him more exposure,
Nice.
Yeah, man. What does he go by?
He goes by Bunny Mayfield, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he from the local area as well?
No, I actually met him online, man.
Okay.
So I shop for his beats. I recently made an EP with all of his beats, the Sunday Blues.
Dope.
Okay.
Collabed with him on it. That's
Yeah.
Oh,
So
dude.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, he does a great job, and dude, you did beautifully on the vocals, and of course she did too, man.
Thank you.
Your rhythm was just on point, man. It was
Thank you,
so
bro.
good. Like I got lost.
Thank
I
you, man.
literally got lost.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that.
The rhythm is the bass, and the bass is the treble. No?
Get out.
All right.
Yeah.
That Nate Dogg, man.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay.
That's my
Go
dog.
fuck yourself.
Regulator.
Well, tell us about this next track here. Coming of Age. What's this one about?
Coming of age, man. This track has been the foundation for a lot of the things that I'm moving with right now. Coming of age is the story of two young kids in the city of Pomona that they're both fatherless.
Oh.
They come from dysfunction, and that is what binds them together. So then, as kids from the neighborhood, for them to come of age is to do a lot of stuff that is daring, that would get them the appreciation of the big homies, So they get into some trouble. They start, wilding out in school. So as this track is basically me telling the story of everything that's going on. So in the first verse, I give you a little bit of the introduction. In the middle, on the second verse, I give you a little bit of what's going on. And then on the third verse is them actually facing something, like the consequences of all their actions. Yeah, man. Coming of Age is really a really cool song. I'll be making the video for it. Me and Nuncio are shooting it. So it should be coming
Yeah,
out.
Nuncio, he's been on the show a couple times, man. Nuncio's a good man.
Man, he's a
I
homie.
understand. In fact, sorry to go into a little bit of a tangent. We'll play this song in a minute. But you helped start Nuncio X with him, right?
Right.
And tell us about that. How did you even meet the guy?
I met Nuncio at an open mic in Pomona, man. I met Nuncio at an open mic. He had his camera. We exchanged information, and then we agreed to meet. I went to his offices, and he basically broke down his whole vision to me. He told me exactly what he wanted to do, and I was like, you know what, bro, I fuck with that vision. You know what I'm saying? So then we started clicking up since then, man. And I've been following him. He's always been there. The whole situation's been through some ups and downs, but we still together. I read it out. He's been going through some stuff, so. Yeah, man.
The Fallen Electric, my band played the Save the Vision show over at Callahan's.
Oh yeah, that was a cool show.
That was
bro.
a cool fucking
The
show,
Save Our
dude.
Vision,
we were
man.
like the only rock band there. Everybody else is like spitting rhymes. We're like doing something cool, on other genres. But it was a fun night, man.
That was a cool show,
dude.
bro.
I got wasted.
Bro, I got there and I had like 2 beers, bro, like 2 tall beers.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that was good. Bro.
Yeah, they don't
That
fuck
was
around with their fucking mugs there, dude.
Yeah,
And when you open for a show like that, you got the rest of the night.
Yeah, man, that was a good show. The whole Save Our Vision campaign was, it was a really great thing. Things, happen for a reason, so now Nuncio's kind of rebranding, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Like I support him fully. I tell him, you know what, you do you, man. And if you need us to still be there, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying?
Everything has its pace. Just follow that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That's the
man.
homie.
Shout out to Nuncio. Maybe he'll be on the show again one day.
Yeah.
So this song, Coming of Age, let's listen to it, huh?
Let's listen to Coming of Age.
All right.
Homie Anonymous made the beat, by the way.
A lot of people like to speak on how we live, but they don't know how we grew up. Hey yo, now Lil Jacob was the youngest of two, growing in this mad city, getting used to the blues, walking through his neighborhood looking for someone to prove. Ever since he was a kid, got exposed to the truth. Daddy left one day, nobody picked him up from school. Him and his older brother had to carry the torch. Older brother ran the street while Jacob sat in the porch, looking at his mother suffer from depression and abusing drugs. No role models, only dudes with bottles that always kicked it out the corner with his brother. Money started coming in, now moms began to wonder, what's my son really doing in the street so late? She knew she had to say something, but the bills got paid. Older brother has a gun now, the streets ain't safe. Jacob wanted to go with him, but his moms made him stay. That night, his older brother never made it back home, locked up with 2 charges. Who's in charge of the home? Moms can't do it. Why's that? All she ever does is cry. Jacob had to make a move. He prayed, no one replied. Couldn't wait, so he grabbed the brother's gun and then stepped outside.
Young boy, young boy, young boy, young boy. Don't grow so fast, don't grow so fast. Sometimes that first place leaves you last.
Hey yo, now young Jacob got the streets on lock. He's paying the house bills, hustling on the block, standing on the same place where his brother stood, listening to Biggie Smalls, give me the loot. Fights with moms now, she talking military school. His stepdad tried to reach him, they never do. Jacob is drinking Hennessy, lean like medicine, acid tabs and sandy bars for the bad memories. At 17, he was every school's nightmare, smoking in the hallways, vandalizing the whole place. As far as homeboys go, he only had one, a young Lil Savage with a car and a gun. His name was Arthur. Goddamn, he had it fucked up. Father was in jail, moms couldn't handle him. Jacob got close to him, pains what bonded him. Fatherless wounds leave room for demons to bloom. They had a plan and they acted out. They would rob the liquor store and hit the safe for a large amount. Jacob was dressed in black, his moms couldn't stop him. Arthur pulled up on the block and Jacob hopped in.
Young boy, young boy, young boy, young boy. Don't grow so fast, don't grow so fast. Sometimes that first place leaves you last.
Yeah, after robbing the liquor store, they both left the scene of the crime shook and feeling grown. Arthur was driving like a maniac, swerving the streets and running red lights, holding his mom's Pontiac. Jacob was counting all the money they stole, thinking back on how the store clerk froze when they demanded all the money, wouldn't give, so he grabbed his snub nose, pulled the trigger, left the man like old man Quillis. Damn, they had the juice, damn, they had to shoot, both underage and a police pursuit. They had the ghetto birds circling, squad cars chasing them, they had him all surrounded. How's that for being grounded? Meanwhile, Jacob's mother tossing and turning on the bathroom floor, throwing up, burning with a fever, believing that her youngest son is in danger. Called him up, left a voicemail saying, I hope it's all well. They made a left, they made a right. We're doing much wrong, we know it's not right. They ran out of gas by the park, put the Pontiac in park, had a shootout with the cops.
Young boy, young boy, young boy, young boy. Don't grow so fast, don't grow so fast. Sometimes that first place leaves you last.
Oh, damn! That last, that trumpet at the end.
I'm always
Saxophone.
Oh, it's a sax.
I always love songs that have like that storytelling thing. So
Yeah.
I
In
love,
fact,
I love
Structure was
songs
awesome.
like
One of my
man.
favorite songs is "The Kids Aren't All Right" by The Offspring, and it kind of has that
Yes.
storytelling of these kids that are going through some shit, in their youth, and they're coming of age and all that
Yeah.
good.
Hell
Man.
yeah, man.
That was a good track, dude.
Thank you, man.
Tasty ass track. And you were mentioning right before we started playing it that our boy Anonymous.
He made the beat.
He made the beat for
man.
this. Anonymous, we have his CD right up there, man, right up on the door.
Touch the sky.
It's almost up there. It's almost up there. Touching the sky. It's close. It's close.
Anonymous.
Yeah, we posted him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that, you know what? It does sound like an Anonymous beat. Like once you said it, I heard it. I was like, okay, yeah. Damn, man.
Anonymous got a gang of beats, bro. So I sent him a message and I told him, dude, send me something soulful, bro. He said, I got you. So then I heard that and I was like, bro, that's me right there. Like, let me keep that. You know, I bought it of him. And man, I just wrote, bro. Like I had so much to just write, so much to just let out. You know? And what a better way to use the platform to put out a real story and kind of make an example and put something positive behind it, you know?
Yeah, bro.
That was great, man.
Thank
great
you.
stuff.
Well,
Thank
good
you guys.
stuff, dude. So last but not least, we got this one called Pain Symphony.
The Pain Symphony, man.
Yeah, tell us about this track.
Pain Symphony is a darker track. Pain Symphony is just a darker track. It's kind of like it's like it resembles the times I felt all alone, you know, and it's like, you know, wilding out, being in the street.
Am I going to go through like some shit listening to this?
No, no, it's...
Go through some flashbacks?
Like, this Pain Symphony track is a track that you will hear, like, you would expect like like 5 dudes rolling in a car.
Okay.
You know, like about to do some bad shit. That's Pain Symphony. So I try to capture all emotions, just capture the backstory of these kids, and then Pain Symphony's like the track that they bump to kind of be all hype, you know.
Okay.
That's Pain Symphony right here.
All right. Well, let's check it out, man.
Pain Symphony.
I remember back then, I was bumping Mac 10, looking at the black rims, doing circles on the black bins, staring at my reflection in the dark tin. I'm ready, yeah, I need a penny for my thoughts. Millions when I be killing them, stacks on deck when I be needing them, check the check dividends. It's all bad, like everything we see up in the places we're living in. These dudes menacing blocks to sell medicine. Posted on the walls, they trap and sip Hennessy. Blast for the hell of it. They shoot you, laugh hard and puff cigarettes. All my dogs need a vet. We need a cure, something just to disinfect. They mind state, corrupted by the viciousness. The money, the same reason why we beefing with a lot of people that we kicking it and eating with. Backstabbing everybody to be seen and shit. Selling souls for the low, that's some evil shit. I'm so sick of the rain, so sick of the pain, so sickening, this my Pain Symphony. Every time I walk around the city, I stroll down the road, write my name in graffiti. I need someone to talk to and someone just to listen to. Another day gone, waiting on a miracle. Yeah, I'm on my West Coast shit, right around listening to West Coast shit. Some of that Snoop Dogg hat to the back, exhibiting RBX, hit the Jews in the lack. This for my people selling quarters, the ones that cross the borders and the laws that deport us. For the ones dipping through in the alley, insane in the brain, another day in Cali. 5 deep in a 2-door whip, we blast beats, then we start to spit. Freestyling while we take another trip to the liquor store, sip like we did before. Shit, I'm sick, you don't hear me though. Closer to the edge now, rapping by the ledge now. Lifestyles like the fresh up out the X-Files. I heard the system is a trap, and we living with the scars of the past, moving on like we fresh out. Somebody riddle me something. A product of my environment, product in my environment. We cook it, cut it and ship it like vitamins. Kings of the jungle, welcome to the lion's den. Every day some new causing damage. Another savage aiming at the crowd with a cannon. Who do we turn to? They shooting wearing badges. Instead of jails, give us something we can manage. Every time I walk around the city, I stroll down the road, write my name in graffiti. I need someone to talk to and someone just to listen to. Another day gone, waiting on a miracle. Yeah, I'm on my West Coast shit, right around listening to West Coast shit. Some of that Snoop Dogg hat to the back, exhibiting RBX, hit the Jews in the lack. This for my people selling quarters, the ones that cross the borders and the laws that deport us. For the ones dipping through in the alley, insane in the brain, another day in Cali.
Damn, I did go back and go through some shit.
Music takes you back and it's so good, bro.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
That
shit was
fucking
dope.
awesome.
Well, hey, man, where can everybody find you? Like, where can everybody find your music, all that good stuff?
They can find me on let me see.
There you
So
go.
yeah,
There you go.
his mic needs to be on for that one.
They can follow me on Instagram at Hope is Music. You know, just all together, Hope is Music, no caps, no nothing. They can find me. They can find all the music on every single store, Spotify, Napster, iTunes, all of that.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Then on the website, www.hopeismusicbrand.com.
Okay.
Where, you know, I'm putting everything on, like, I'm posting everything I'm doing over there, keeping everybody updated. You know, I'm gonna, you know, once the video of Coming of Age is done, then, you know, I'll plan a release, notify everybody, and just make an event of it, you know, because a lot of people
Right
are
on.
waiting on that, man.
That'd be dope, man.
Yeah, dude, we'll be there.
Yeah, that was a great track.
That was
Thank you,
man.
man.
All three
Thank you.
tracks were amazing.
Thank you, man.
Great job,
I
man.
appreciate you guys.
Yeah, keep up the good work, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have you back, too, whenever you have more shit going on.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
let us
Sure.
know, dude. We'll
For
definitely promote, for sure. Another episode in the books, Josh.
Yes, sir.
Episode 81 with Hope.
Yeah.
This
Thank
was
you
a
guys
good
for
one,
having
man.
me.
It was.
Yeah, for
Definitely
sure.
was.
Thank you, man.
Well, everybody out there, thank you very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show. Thank you for downloading the pod on most major podcast apps, subscribing, and telling a friend like a champ. You can always reach us at Foo Bar Show. That's FTheBelowBarShow.com. And F the Below Bar Show is our handle on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out. Drop us a line, and we'll fill it up like a couple of foos. I've been Josie.
And I have people sweat.
And for the Foo and Hope, signing off saying, don't be a dick.